Okay, so so hi guys. So let's do the story on how I exit Philippines and get in Europe. I have this very unforgettable moment when my first flight. Okay, so my first flight going to Finland was that was when was that? That was May that no, that was May 16. So after that, so May 16, so we went to the airport. Everyone are so excited. Um my my sister, me, my husband here, of course, me and my husband, we are both excited. And my aunties and uncle and cousin, they sent me to the airport and they were excited for me as well. They are happy for me. And then after that, when I arrived to the airport, I went, so I have, like, you cannot fly without negative result within 48 hours since you did the swab test. So I get my swab test in Red Cross. So after that, so I had my swab test by morning on 15th, and then at the night 15th evening I received my results. So my flight is 16th in the afternoon. So after that I went there, and then so there's a long queue up, and then I show my result, the negative result. And it's advantage for me because I checked in online already. So after that, I don't have to queue up and wait for the others to finish. So after I showed my negative result, so they said you need to go there for the checking of visa, the passport, and the papers. So I went to the staff there, and then they asked few questions. Why you go there? Who you with? I mean, who are you going to stay with? What are you related? The papers, the marriage certificate, his passport, what else? A lot. And then after that, and then they questioned me why you have type C visa. So I was like, so what does that mean? I mean, like, so I did the research. I asked him also. So I said that's the visa that they gave me. So they said, okay, you need to go to our supervisor and talk. And I was like, oh my god, that's a problem. So after that, so she asked me a marriage certificate, and then they asked me why, and I said type C. Yeah, like a type C, it's kind of like a tourist, but then I am the spouse, so I can just get in even though I'm a tourist because I'm a spouse, like that. So they will accept here tourist if you are a family member, a spouse, or you're holding a student visa. So yeah. So I did my check-in. It's done for after almost 2 hours or 2 hours, like that. I arrived there early, like for and a half hours. So I think it's better if you arrive earlier than your like really time. So I arrived there 4 hours and a half, I think, or 4 hours. So I have time to So after the okay, so I was checked in. So after the check-in, I went to immigration. So went to the immigration. I think it's my fault also because I showed different paper. So there's a lot of people, like, so they are busy. So after that, he asked me, so what are you related with? So I said husband, and he asked the passport copy, and he asked me marriage certificate. So I was like, okay, I cannot, our marriage is not registered in Philippines yet, but I have marriage certificate from Finland and from US. But then the paper that I showed is the one from Finland. And the papers here in Finland is like just a bond paper because everything that they need is they will just get it through online. So you will just print that and all and like that. So I gave the paper, and then they was like, it looks like it's not real. So I don't know. I don't know what's on my mind. I did not give also the marriage certificate from the US, and that's more reliable also because there is red ribbon, no, apostle, it's apostle paper, so it means that's legal. And so I don't know what's on my mind. I didn't get because I was so nervous. They asked so many questions, so I just get that paper, and then they asked me where did you get married and everything and all that, and then they asked more papers, and I was like, okay. And then they said, okay, you need to go to our head and they will interview you. So I was like, I was really scared and I'm nervous. So I messaged him because he was waiting for me also to enter the like to board, so that he will go to shop as well to buy some stuff so that before I arrive, yes, like. And then until I went to the supervisor, she asked me a lot of questions. She said, oh, do you have this paper? So I showed everything. The pictures, because she was asking the pictures and then where we get married. So I showed the video from our marriage, like the virtual marriage, the passport, his passport, and what else? Yeah, all the pictures. I show it to her in front of her. I have a lot of papers. I still have here. Like I bought some. I brought some here. I mean, yeah, because I need to brought like extra also. So I have these photocopies of all the papers. Thank you to my sisters for all this, for all the help and everything. Without you, I don't know. Like I need to go to shop and everything. So anyway, so there is this one paper, or no, two, that she was asking that I don't have it. So you cannot exit Philippines without that. Oh no! Especially that you are married. So it's like if you're a OFW, it's kind of the same as pedos, something like that, but it's different. They call it CFO. CFO is Commission on Filipino Overseas. So they ask for a certification of that, and they ask also affidavit. What did they ask? Affidavit of no, it's not like that. But so they're asking me. They were asking affidavit from the husband with the signature of the like Philippine embassy head in Finland, something like that. Affidavit of guarantee and support, guarantee and support. So it's like, so she was decided, okay, you cannot fly because you don't have this paper. So they decided to offload me. So I was about to cry. So I called my husband. I was like, please talk to them and tell them. And then I've been like, I'm begging them, please, like that, like that. And then, oh my goodness, I need to close the blindfold. The sun. I think that's way more a bit better. So yeah, so they asked me what. Where are we now? Oh, it's so annoying. I hope that's better now. Okay, that's better now. It's not, the sun is in front of me. So they asked me this affidavit of guarantee and support. It goes like this. Like, because they said they need this paper because just in case what happened to me here, at least they have this paper to guarantee that it's his obligation for him to take care of me here, whatever happened to me, and then they will just easily contact him. In it says here, yeah, he will support me everything, and whatever happens, they can just contact him, and they will, I mean, like, he is the one. Kana bang kuan ba? Unsa tawag ana? Siya may managot ba kung unsa may tabo na ako? That's really sad day for me and for him. Yeah, that's May 16. So they asked me this one, and then the CFO also. So I was uploaded. So after that, went home. My uncle picked me up again, and then there was like, oh no. So anyway, so the next day we started to process the paper. He started to make this letter, this affidavit of guarantee and support, and he said that it says here, I then mention your name, legal age, and person residing at your address, having been duly sworn to in accordance with law to hereby dispose and say that I presently. Then you have to like. No, I mean, like, the embassy, the Philippine embassy here, they sent this through email to him and make this letter. It says here that I will take the full responsibility. Yeah, he is the one who is responsible for me, for everything, whatever happened here, for everything. It says here, responsibility for all her expenses, subsistence and accommodation throughout the duration of her stay here in Finland, and ensure that she will not become public charge. So yeah. And then they need to sign by the honorary consulate here in Hong Kong. Hong Kong, sorry. In what Hong Kong? Here in Finland. So he drove to Helsinki for like the whole day just to have this done. And then after that, he sent me all the originals papers, the marriage certificate, this paper, and they still have this report of marriage that we need, and this report of marriage, and it needs like my signature and his signature. So yeah, so he put this also through DHL. So through this one, DHL. So it arrived. He mailed Tuesday, and then Wednesday arrived Thursday or Friday. So it's very quick. Finland to Philippines, Manila. So when I received the paper, so I was trying to register also in the CFO. So it was my mistake also. I don't know. Because since our papers is not complete, we are not registered. Our marriage is not registered in Philippines yet. We did not register it because we were planning to like get married again here, even though we are married in online. So we will get married again here so that the marriage date here in the papers is that's the one that we are going to submit in the Philippines to register. But the thing was, so they are asking the CFO, this CFO certificate, they need this one. And so you cannot exit Philippines without this one. So you need to attend like just phone call. So I need to register this. But the problem is when like you register there, there is this option. It's if it's spouse or fiance or partner, and then the partner that is a Filipino citizen and everything and so on, or father or mother. So I chose the spouse because it's spouse. But then when I enter there, it says we need marriage certificate from Philippines. So that's the problem because we don't have it yet, or the report of marriage. So we don't have it yet because the plan supposed to be is the one that I mentioned earlier. So they need that one. So we cannot provide. So I need to ask like really please and all that. So you cannot do anything, even though you will beg for them. You will beg them to like, can we just put in like like fiance or partner? So cannot. So it says there on the site that you can register again or with a different mail after 15 days. So that's the problem. Like that's why it took time for me to come here, because I need to wait another 15 days to register again online for the CFO. So I registered I was so scared because the next time I registered, I put just the fiance and the partner. It says their fiance partner and with a foreign national, like that. It's very quick. So after that, you can register and then you will select the option there. So and it's better also. It's better also if you have visa already when you apply this one, because you need to fill up on the site the your passport number and your visa date and your visa number, like that, your visa number. And then so after that, so after I registered, so I received an email. So this is your kanang mga kuan ba kanang taga na empty na ako utok na counselor. Okay. So after register, so they send me email. So they will give the counselor who will like interview you, and then they send me email. And then they said you have to submit this paper to this. So I was so happy because after that, when I received that one, so I was like, oh thank God, I can like really start. So I don't have to worry about the papers, about the marriage certificate, because I used the partner and the fiance um box. So after that, they just ask my visa and the passport. And then after that, they will schedule, and then they said, okay, so if you are ready, they will give the contact number and the date when are you going to interview. So I think they gave me the date like 2 days. After 2 days for the interview. So I was so scared because when I do research online, there are different kind of counselors, and then they will ask different questions. Like so it says there the interview will take 30 or 40 to 1 hour, something like that. But then this time, on my case, I'm so lucky, I think, for the second time around, that the interviewer, my counselor, she just, yeah, I think she was at home because I called her. So she said, oh, hi, mom. This is just a quick interview, like maybe just quick interview so that you can have, then after a few days or 1 day or 2 to 3 days, you can have your certificate. So after that, and then I think she's just based at home because I can hear a baby crying. So maybe she's just at home. So when she's having interview, the baby are crying and calling her. So I was like, I was a bit relieved because she was in a hurry to finish right away. So I was like, oh, thanks God, she will not like ask me a lot of questions. So she just asked me where we met, how we met, when we met, and then like, do we have plan to get married? What are our plans and all that? So I just told her that yeah, we have plan to get married supposed to be, and then we plan also like she asked also if we want to stay or like that. Okay. So after that, so I receive and then she told me that okay, so after 1 day or 1 to 3 days, you will receive your certificate. Oh, I mean like after you paid. So yeah, I need to pay first after the interview. I think no, I mean like I think before the interview I paid already or no, I forgot. But it's on the site. But yeah, so after that, and then she said, so yeah, I think interview and then pay, then you have to submit your screenshot or like a proof of payment. You have to submit. They will send you a link where to send like email. So after that, when I received that one, so I sent right away. I sent right away my proof of payment and everything. And then after a few minutes, I received my certification. I was so happy, and I was really jumping. I was like, yes, yes, yes. I didn't have to wait a few days to, because this paper that we're waiting for. So when I received this one, so I told him right away that I got my certification. So I printed it out, and then he booked me a ticket right away. So he booked me June. So he said when like that. So I was thinking because my period that time is coming, and when I have period, it's really bad for me. Like I really need to like rest, lie down, and everything. So I was like, so he booked me June 9. No, yeah, it was June 9, 12:45. So it's kind of like midnight. So June 9. So I went to the airport June 8 in the evening, early evening. And then I was scared because I was thinking like, I hope this is okay. What if they will ask again? So when I went to the immigration, so I there's a lot of people queuing up also. No, before that, I need to get my swab test again. So I need to pay again and then have my swab test, and then I get my result the next day. And so before my flight. And then so when I went to the immigration, so the officer will like ask me, and he said, oh, do you have this paper? Like he asked my passport and he checked the visa, and then he said, oh, what are you related with? Like that. And then he said, my husband. And I said, okay, can you show me something like that? So I told him that, oh, I went here before, and then they offload me, and then they asked me this paper. So and then he said, oh, okay. So I show it to him that they have this paper. Well, they get it in the immigration. This list, the list that they needed on the immigration. So I showed it to him. So he looked for another form. So he said, okay, you need to go there. So I was like, oh my God, interview again. So he brought me to the like the head of the immigration, like, for the interviews and all that. So I went there. So they were three ladies there, three ladies. And then, so when it's my turn, so they asked me, so this is all the like the papers, so the certificate and all that. And so they asked me, where did you get married? And it's like, yeah, here, like that, and all that online. And then they ask for screenshot, or like, oh, I have video. So I saw the video. So they were like, oh, like they were amazed because we were having married online. So like they were watching the video, and she called her friend and was like, oh, this one is like, so she told her friend like, the online marriage now is like valid, something like that. So it seems like she is nice. So she was the different lady than before, the one who interviewed me the first schedule of my flight. So I showed everything. So I asked her if do I need this paper again for example, when I get back here, and then when I exit again. And then she said, if you have this already, no need, because they will give me, the CFO will give the sticker that you have this already. So that original paper, they will send to the address where which address you filled up there. So they will send it there, and you will just ask them to keep it. So I sent it to my family. So the paper arrived already. So I asked them to keep it because I need it, because if you will exit Philippines again, they will ask that one, so that they will know that you have that certification already since the first time you exit Philippines. So after that, so it says, so when I was looking at her writing and it says, okay, I can exit Philippines now. I was like, oh my god. So I sent message to my but like, I think I can make it this time because I can see this one. Sorry, the first officer in the immigration, he get my boarding pass and left it on his window. So after that, the lady said, okay, let's go back there. And then she submitted the paper. And then the immigration officer, also the one on the window, like he was checking the papers. And then she said, okay, have a safe trip. And then they get me. I was really happy. So the make sure when you exit, if you are, for example, especially if you are like a wife, they will ask you the CFO certificate. That is really important. I don't know if they will ask everyone about the affidavit of guarantee and support. I don't know, because in my case they asked me this one. So I think it's better if you will just provide. Yeah, and then you need to like have a signature from the Philippine embassy where your husband or your partner is. I don't know if it's tourist if you're not spouse. I don't know if they need this. But the CFO, they really need this. This is very important. It's either during your check-in or on the immigration. They will ask this one. And so yeah, so I arrived here 9 here because the time here was late. So I have 9 hours and 45 minutes from Philippines to Doha. And then I have layover there. I arrived there very early morning. I have layover for 3 hours and 30 minutes. And then my flight from Doha to Finland is 6 hours and 30 minutes, 35 minutes, kind of like that. So I arrive here afternoon. So yeah, and everyone's happy that finally I'm here, that we're together. So now, so that's it. I think this is a long story now. I mean, like long video. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and hope I can give you some information in how could you exit Philippines with these papers and everything. So this time it's way more easier. You can just through online. So yeah. So bye, guys.